Oh, that smells so good. So, can you make a naturally fermented soda from jelly? All right, so what do we need? First of all, we need another flip top bottle, jelly, and we are going to need an active fermented bug, wild yeast bug, ginger bug, etc., whatever you like. If you don't have home fermented bug at home, store-bought is fine. Catch the Ina Garden reference. And a mixing bowl, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to dilute this jelly until it hits like a 7 to 10 carb sugar percentage. Meaning this strawberry jelly is 56 grams of sugar for 100 grams. So I need to dilute it until it's about 70 grams. So sodas, like wine, are gonna have like dry and sweet areas. Your 7% is kind of like the right in the middle area, which means that you're gonna need 70, which means that you're gonna want 7% carbs, sugars in here. So I did the math, and that's about like 150 grams of strawberry jelly diluted with water. So what I'm going to do now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to add 150 grams of jelly to my mixing bowl. I'm going to stir the crap out of it with some water. I'm going to add my ginger bug to my flip top bottle. I'll pour in my jelly slurry, and then I'll just top it off with water and I'll let it ferment and we'll see if it works. All right, so this is my active. I don't have a ginger bug, I have an apple bug going. And you can't hear it, but it is bubbling. And the bubbling means that it's an active bug. It's a little bit on the later end, so I'm really gonna need to agitate this thing, and I'm gonna need to make sure that I give it enough sugar. Draining my ginger bug. And so when I make a soda, I usually fill about like this much of the bottom with my bug, and I just eyeball it. A little bit more. All right, that's about right. I've got about this much left over, and this is going to be my remaining yeast seed that will go back into my ginger bug. All right, so what is 150 grams of jelly jam preserves in cup measurements, just because it's easier? So I have my gram baking equivalency sheet available on my website, and it says that it's about a half cup. Well, a half cup is 163 grams. So I'll do like a little bit under a half cup, and I'll put it in here, and then I'll mix the smithereens out of it with some water before straining and putting into here, because I'm only gonna want liquid in here. No jelly chunks. All right, and you know what? We are here to have fun. So let's just do the entire 1/2 cup. And if anything, it'll just be an extra carbonated soda. We shall see. All right, so I've added in my ginger bug into here just to kind of get all the yeast really incorporated into the sugar solution so that they are ready to eat. And yeasts require oxygen. So when I stir it, I'm gonna oxygenate these yeasts, and it will help them kickstart their metabolism so that they feed a little bit easier. And now what I'm going to, because water is going to be the only thing that is I don't say like the variable, but like once I've measured my sugar content, I've measured the amount of ginger bug I usually use. And so now I'm just going to create kind of a slurry. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of water. I'm going to mix the whole thing until it's completely smooth. And then I'll pour in this really concentrated sugar solution into here, and then all I'll need to do is just top it off with enough water until it hits about right here, and then we're good to go. All right, so I am gonna run this through kind of a strainer. Oh, she's thick. All right, so interestingly, I have maybe like 2 full tablespoons of like seeds and just like a pulpy strawberryness, but I have a pretty smooth, if I wanted something really, really, really smooth. I could have run it through a cheesecloth, but hey, I'm just trying to do an experiment and have a little bit of fun. All right, so let's get our funnel for our fun. We'll pour this in. Oh my God, what a great color. Oh, what a great color. I love that. This should be fun. I really hope this works. Okay, next, so right now we have the right amount of gingerbug, the right amount of carbohydrates. We do not have the right amount of water in here. So now all we really need to do is just top it off with just more water until we hit that like headline that you want to, well, the amount of head space that you're wanting from a soda. So we'll just do that real slow. Let's do about that much. All right, let's lid. Oh, look at that look at that color. Lid. And I'm still getting a little bit of pulpiness throughout here. Not the worst thing ever, because what it will help me do is that as this thing ferments, usually the solids will rise to the top as gas escapes. And so it'll give me a really nice indicator of, is this fermenting and are the solids rising, when I pop it to see if it carbonates. But there should be enough sugar in here. The yeast should be happy. I have oxygenated it, but what I will do is I will come back to this throughout the day, and I'll just do one of these just to kind of get those yeasts alive and working. And, how do you carbonate a soda? Shake it up, and then when it's prime, you put it in the fridge to crash the yeast, and then you pop it and you have a great drink. I'm so excited. All right, so that's all set. Check back in tomorrow. All right, so good morning. Strawberry soda day after. When I went to bed last night, there were no bubbles, and so I popped it, shook it up a little bit. How do you carbonate a soda? You shake it up, and I woke up and I got this beautiful head on top. And so with some carbonation bubbles, I'm not seeing bubbles through here, but I'm thinking that the aeration here is sign of carbonation. And so let's pop it to see if anything happens. If not, more agitation. I'm just gonna keep going, but we shall see. So let's look at it. Oh, that worked. Oh, that worked. Look at those itsy bitsy bubbles. This looks good. But, and maybe I should have strained this a little bit better, but clearly carbonation is going on. All right, so now what? I'm going to degas this a little bit. Oh, there it goes. Oh, so the foam just fell. Hang on, I kind of want to shake it, to be honest, because it is carbonated, but not enough to my liking. Ready? Okay. So that pop was really good, but I'm wanting more, and so I've agitated it a little bit, and now I'm going to, and so I'm just oxygenating the yeast still more, which is how you create pressure in a bottle. And I know I'm releasing the pressure, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give the yeast more air to eat so that they then create more CO2 carbonation gas. And so I think what will happen is that will have been my last burping carbonation test. And the next time I do it, it'll be really smooth, because when you make a soda, you're really gonna want, there's gonna be a bell curve of carbonation. It's gonna be nothing, and then there's gonna be a little bit, and then there's gonna be a pretty good amount. And then on this side, you're gonna have a really smooth, enjoyable, nice effervescence. I'm trying to be on this side. I don't like things up here. When they're over here, they get to be a little bit too, so the sugars aren't metabolized enough, and it can kind of hurt your stomach a little bit. And so you do want to avoid that. So you want to be on the other side over here. And over here, it just starts getting flat and more alcoholic, technically. So I've got a good pop, which means that the next pop will be my last one, and it will be ready for a family meal on Saturday. So I'm really excited about this. All right, so that actually worked. I'm really happy about this. This seems carbonated. It has been chilled, and so if I do this again, I think I would either run it through like a coffee filter or a cheesecloth, because I do have some like pulpy jam residue up here that probably isn't going to be like the best mouthfeel wise, but whatever. The goal was to find out, will it ferment? And it did. So let's pop this sucker and have a fun fizzy drink. Oh, sounds good. All right, so honestly, I would love to have had a little bit more bubble action. We shall see how it pours though. And maybe if I wanted more bubbles, I'll taste it. So I'll see how sugary it still is. Maybe I could have done even more jelly. Maybe I could have done even more jelly. And also one thing, I do have a bunch of sediment down here. Oh, now that I've picked it up, there are bubbles. Okay, let's pour. Okay. Oh, that smells bready. It smells bready. One thing I do want to say, hang on, let me taste this and then we'll talk about it. Okay, it's good, it's sweet, it's not as bubbly as I would have liked. When it's not, so I got a little bit of bubbling. And so I'm thinking maybe I didn't do this long enough. So on my bell curve of carbonation, I think maybe I'm like right here, and I was impatient to have a fun bubbly drink, which is perfectly fine. It does taste good. I'm thinking that for the carbonation, maybe I'll leave this out again overnight and let it ferment even more. So let's try that. But in any case, it has fermented. You can do it. And now what I need to do is refine it so that I get a more reliable end product. It's a little bit too sweet. I think I refrigerated it a little bit too soon. So there's that. Am I gonna be dangerous? Yeah, if I were to do this again, I would run it through a cheesecloth because there's a lot of sediment in here. It needs more time. That's it. I'm gonna leave it out, and so we'll check back again later. All right, so hi. My soda was a success, and it was almost completely enjoyed at my little dinner party yesterday. And next time, I am going to. Oh, look at that! Did you hear that? I think next time I'm going to strain it because there were some solids in there that could have improved the mouthfeel of it. And I think I need to let it ferment more so that I get more bubbles, because I did refrigerate it a little quickly and I could technically be using more sugar in my soda so that you want the yeast to have sugar to metabolize oxygen into the carbon dioxide, and then you want there to be enough sugar that your soda as an end product is still kind of slightly sweet. And so, on the bell curve, I pulled it a little bit, or I refrigerated it a little bit too soon. We shall see. So kind of hard to see from my front facing camera, but this is what the bubble situation looks like. And it's honestly not bad, but it could be more. So Here, I actually left this in the fridge for another week, and just to kind of set it and forget it, but also I know that fermentation happens very slowly in the fridge, and my bubbles are so much better. And so kind of proof that I just needed to push it a little bit farther. And so let's give this thing a taste now. Ooh, oh, okay. So much better. So do exactly as I did, but strain it with a cheesecloth and let it sit out for long enough to make a good effervescent fizz, and maybe add more jelly for a more distinguishable fermentation process so that you know and understand when to stop. So that's how you make strawberry jelly into strawberry soda. Once again, my name is Matthew Cress of Cress Dietetics. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you like content on fermentation, please follow my channel. Give it a like and subscribe if you like my content, and let me know, have you made sodas before, and was this interesting? What this does do is it tells me maybe we can make wine out of strawberry jelly. That'd be kind of cool. Or maybe just other fermented products. The world is our oyster. Let's see. Anyway, see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.